Hi team, how are you? Welcome back. So today we'll discuss about the data types which are available in AS400 database. So to denote a number value, we have these two data types available in AS400. Yes, data type S stands for zone decimal data type, and data type P stands for packed decimal data type. See, so why do we have two different data types to store a particular numeric value? Means see, there is a suppose we have declared a variable with a length of 10 digits, but we have maintained only a value with a length of 5 digits. Okay, so the remaining 5 digits are left it as a blanks, means, but still the system will occupy the complete space even though you have mentioned only 5 digits out of 10 digits. Still the system will occupy the space for the 10 digits. Okay, so that's a kind of process in zone decimal data type. If you use a zone decimal data type, so whatever the length that you have mentioned for a particular variable, it will use that space completely. Okay, so a packed decimal data type means it's a kind of a zip format, means whatever the length that you have given for a particular field, the size will get reduced. It means it's like a zip format, so the content will be same as it is, but the size will get reduced if you do a zip. Okay, so how much bytes that we can save here means if you use a packed decimal data type, see, it's a length by total length by 2 plus 1 formula. Okay, so let's say if we declared a variable length as 10 digits, then the total length divided by 2, which is 5, and plus 1, so which means 6. If we use a packed decimal for a variable of length 10, then the size which will be used by the system is only 6 bytes. Okay, but whereas in zone decimal data type, if you declare a variable with a 10 bytes length, and it will occupy the complete space, which means 10 bytes. Okay, so that's the main difference in terms of space. But whereas if you look at while reading the data from an unzipped file, which is much faster than the file which is in zip format, because directly we can't read the file from the zip file, because we need to unzip the file first, then only we can able to read the file. Okay, so performance wise, zone decimal is bit faster than comparing with packed decimal, and size wise we have packed decimal is much better than the zone decimal data type. Okay, so we have other points also on the same area, the difference between zone decimal and packed decimal, but we can discuss those topics bit later. And if you want to declare any variable of data type to contain a character value, then you need to mention the data type as A to contain a character type of value, and T data type is to contain a time value. So the time means date of joining and date of birth, all this kind of values, the transaction date. Okay, for character, like an employee address, name, gender. So all these values comes under character data type. See, Z. So Z is for a timestamp. So the timestamp which includes a date and time format. So combining these two data types together will use a timestamp value. Okay, so when we will use this timestamp means in order to capture a particular date and time exactly along with seconds, milliseconds, nanoseconds, then we can use this timestamp, so which can point to the minute value. Like in our banking sector, see, multiple people will use a ATM machine or do some transactions at the same time, and in order to capture order was processed at some particular date and time means even on a single second also there might be n number of transactions get captured. So even if we want to calculate those values in minute, then we have to use this timestamp value, so which is a 26 character length, so which will contain the date and time value along with the minutes, milliseconds, and seconds, milliseconds, nanoseconds, and we have separators as well. So including that separators and this total value which comes around 26 character length. Okay, and date data type, as you are aware, like date of joining and date of birth, all this value comes under date data type. So to indicate it's a date value, we need to mention that field data type as L, and B for boolean value, it's a 0 or 1 value, and H for hexadecimal data type, which contains a alphanumerical value with some special characters, which can be maintained in character dated format also, but the hexadecimal format value was a bit different. So while working with those values, then you will come to know what is the difference between those character data type and hexadecimal data type value. And see, rarely you will see this boolean data type and hexadecimal data type, but most of the cases, most of the time throughout your tenure, we will be working with these data types. If you know these data types, then that is enough, but beyond this we have n number of data types available on AS400 database, so that is up to you again. See, always having more knowledge is always better, so that we'll have some more scope while interacting with others and on our problem solving skills side. Okay, I think these are all the list of data types. And see, in data types, for a date value we have I just listed only couple of date formats here, but on AS400 we have multiple date formats are available. Okay, see, let's say we talk about MDY, star MDY. So whenever if you see any value starts with or any keyword starts with star, it means these are all the system defined value. Okay, system defined keywords kind of thing. If you mention star MDY means the format is mm/dd/yy. Okay, month, date, and year. Okay, in between those values we have two separators, which is forward slash. Okay, And if you talk about this length of this MDY value means MM is 2 character and DD is 2 character and YY is 2 character and separator is 2 characters. So altogether 6 plus 2 it is 8 character length. Okay, so the length of this MDY is 8. In the same way DMY, YMD, these are all 8 character length. Okay, DMY means date, month, year. YMD, year, month, date. ISO, 4 Ys. Earlier we say this 2 years was mentioned, like 2022. Today's date is 10th month, 14th date. In a year format, ISO year format means 2022. Okay, here it is only 22. Now this is 2022, and the separator is also different. For USA it is always MDY format, but having this 4 Ys at the end. In Julian format we don't see the month value specified here. It is always year by date value. Year means, let's say 2022, it is not a leap year, and we'll be having 365 days in a year. Only if it is a leap year, then 366 days will be available. And let's say if we give the value as 2022/40, it means in the month of January we'll have a total number of days as 31. So that is fixed, whether it is leap year or not. So the number of days which is available in the month of January is 31, and the value which you are given is 040, which is 40. So 40 minus 31, how much remaining is 9. So if we move these values to the next month, it means February 9th. Okay, so obviously February is a second month, so that is how we used to calculate the month value from this Julian date. Okay, we need to adjust the dates so that we'll get the month value. If it is 60 days, it means in a January month it is 31 days, and remaining is how much? 29. 2022 is not a leap year, so out of 29, 27 days from the February month, and we are left with 2. It means March 2nd is the date value. In case if we give the value as 22/060 for 60 days. Okay, so it means March 2nd, 2022. Then coming to this time format, we have 2 formats. One is USA and ISO. ISO is a 24 hours format, and the USA is a 12 hours format. So we can see the value called AM or PM. Okay, so after 12 hours, again it will start from 1, like a 1 PM, 2 PM. Okay, so that's how it is. That's all about data types in AS400, and we'll discuss on this data types a bit later, and I will show you the list of data types are available on AS400. See, always it's better to refer the main IBM website, because this server was developed by IBM company, and they have each and every point listed in their websites. Okay, So always check in Google for the IBM website for any references. So they will give you the syntax, description, clear description, and along with the example. So if you know those values and if you understand this content, then you are the guru. That's it. Okay. So that's all from this data types, and in the next class we'll discuss about um, we'll discuss about the list of libraries which are available on AS400, and how it is being related to in terms of Windows format. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.